What would you get yourself for birthday if money was not an issue? My ideal birthday is one in which no one remarks the occasion in any way. So, it's not money that's the issue, it's the social niceties of me having to try not to cringe and run away anytime someone tries to bring it up. Thankfully, I've managed to scrub it from most places that people would look for such information, and the circle of people who know about it and insist on doing stuff is now relatively small. A PS5. I've never had a video game all my life. I used to see all my friends talk about playing video games after school and secretly wanted one for myself, but my parents were not convinced that it was a necessity. I hoped to buy one when I started working but couldn't manage to save enough to spend on a video game console. So, if money weren't an issue, a PS5 would be the first thing I would buy. A bunch of food, some to-go containers, bottled beverages like water and soda juice. Some blankets, warm gloves, hats, new socks and jackets or hoodies of different sizes. I'll make some great holiday care packages and give it out to homeless folks, try to make their holiday better even if it's not much. I'd benefit knowing I made someone's day a little less bleak. Just a massive house which I could sell for a stupidly high price and live out the RRST of my life in comfort and humble. Working for me and not to live, ensuring my partner and I are comfortable enough that her career as a violinist has no stress attached and time for me to get back into the Highlands. I'd probably pay a bunch of hookers to pretend to be my friends for the day, then we just go out and go bowling and have pizza. Come back to my house and sing happy birthday and eat red velvet cake. I'll pay them double since I don't want to hook up with any of them and will probably be wasting their time. A damn good gaming PC. Been wanting one for a long time but all my online friends have gotten one before me and it's screwing up the compatibility for what we can play together, so I'm stuck on a Gen 1 Xbox One and I'm too poor to simply play certain games with my friends. A many acre ranch in Northern Idaho. 5,000 acres? Sure, money is no option. Oh, and I'll need enough money to pay for operating costs and taxes and whatever for the next 1,000 years as my family inherits my birthday present and gets to enjoy the best life people can live. My birthday was literally less than a week ago and honestly a cake that was sexy pair of shoes lol but also delicious, not just cool looking. Eyes. I would FKNG die for a PS5. If I had a PS5 I would just go ballistic with the FK some. I love the new Diablo and Golem games lol. Trip to and dinner at one of the top 50 restaurants in the world. What I've seen about them, they're amazing experiences with amazing food, usually focused on rediscovering and elevating local ingredients and traditions. Sounds like a one-in-a-lifetime experience. I'm beyond getting myself gifts at the moment. But if my future was secure I would just want all my kids together and I would take them on a trip somewhere fun where we can be together and learn more about each other. I feel like I don't know my children anymore. Starship Next Generation Enterprise D, but the crew is velociraptors and yes they speak English and have the uniforms on but they conform to their dinosaur bodies and all other lore and canon is the same and yes Marina Sirtis still has a fantastic rack. My husband a permanent visa to live in the UK with me, then a house for us to come back to after we have been traveling around the world for as long as like now that we don't have to worry about saving up to pay for a place to live when we come back. And be honest, Lego. I want so many expensive sets but I don't have the money to spend on them. Like I want a Lego Star Wars UCS Venator $650, that's like top of my list. I'd want a lot more than just that though lol. A new house for my mom that's closer to where dad's buried. It's about an hour drive from her home to the cemetery and I know she'd prefer to have a shorter commute to make visits to dad's grave more convenient. A house with a fully equipped detached garage where I could build and mend things like I did with my dad as a kid. Work a minor boat, car, and home repair. I'd also like a decent sized spot to keyhole garden. Jan's Revolver. Mate Bunica 6. A good car. These days any new car is a luxury item and takes 3 years to get here. That said, I am fortunate, I have a pretty good car that provides basic transportation and should last. King Gizzard Diamonds Original Pressing Triple Gatefold Vinyl on Rainbow Splatter Wax. They're like $500 now. I actually bought one earlier this year and it turned out to be a scam. Embarrassed smiley face. Probably punk attire, clothing and accessories as well as some of my favorite albums on vinyl record and some rich people coloring pencils and my favorite manga and books and comic books. I would buy myself a horse stable with abused animals from horses to dogs to cats and have my own no-kill shelter so that even if they don't get adopted they still have a beautiful life. A refrigerated cart to start a small business. Also a cotton candy machine to go along with it. I always wanted my own candy store, but this seems like the closest I will ever get. Never had the money growing up and don't have much now, but I would love to go on a vacation through Europe. I've never left the country and would love to explore the world. The Hanwei Practical XL Katana. Apparently you can get an actual well-made usable sword for 500 bucks, but as an adult with bills and a mortgage, it's very hard to justify. A huge medieval tournament. LARPers vs medieval fighters, with an all-you-can-eat buffet in the middle of the arena. Unlimited amount of glitter and blunt weapons. Ball gowns in a big house with lots of land and a horse. I can't explain why this is my dream life, it just is, and if I had the money I would totally do this. An amateur astronomer telescope, but I mean, the ones these MFs who detect supernovas or take neat pictures of Uranus use. $1,500 stuff, to start with. 1,000 apartment buildings for $1,200 per month here in Vancouver, that way I'm set for life, in the meanwhile helping the people in Vancouver City. A car because fuck cycling everywhere all the time, especially for work where there are no showers when you live in the middle of nowhere. I'm a simple super high-end espresso machine. Also, bit of a bourbon fanatic, so I'd buy a rare bottle, that is hard to come by. A 12-pack of Coors Light, a shit ton of McDonald's chicken nuggets and Burger King barbecue sauce burgers, and play Fortnite with my uncles. 67 fastback Mustang Resto mod with an Eleanor kit in black cherry and black. Kinda like this one. My own private island in an ideal climate and easy access to everything I need, i.e. private plane, a transporter pad, the TARDIS, a boyfriend. Although money can't buy true love. But if I could have any wish come true, it would be for a boyfriend who truly loves me. There's house in Alaska I have my eye on. Lots of light, waterfront and no neighbors. That's what I would give myself for my birthday. I'm planning on getting myself a tattoo for my next birthday. But I'd also love a set of emerald earrings to match with my emerald ring. A nice little holiday for me and my girlfriend, somewhere sunny with good food and massage options. I love spending time with her. A modest cottage in the woods, furniture, building equipment and art supplies so I can create in solitude without unnecessary drama. The best PC in the entire world. Oh, and also every video game known to mankind? I'm gonna be rich just selling lost media alone. A good life. Some stocks? Something that'll ensure a sweet future for me? Tens of $1 billion. As sponsorship deals? A house. We have one now. But we just split up. I am financially starting over, hoping to have a place my daughter can come to, a full workshop with a forge, power hammer, lathe, grinding room, and maybe a nest egg for any other tools I end up needing. Another hilt for the Darth Maul Legacy lightsaber so I can have his full lightsaber and 2 26-inch blades to go with it. Mercedes-Benz AMG GT 2023 Black Series in a matte black color with orange highlights. Search it up, it's a cool car. A Big Mac and fries. My hungry ass needs to eat too. But I would buy some Y2K clothing from that store in San Diego. A new car since mine was totaled by some idiot who ran a red light, and walking in the winter is starting to suck. Many Lego sets. Especially the expensive ones like the full Hogwarts castle or the $500 Millennium Falcon. How not an issue? A couple hundred acres in a house. Family trip to Disney World. A new PC build. PS5. Taylor Swift tickets were out of my price range during my birthday week this year. I was very sad about that. That $500 bright orange carry-on suitcase. I saw it in a store about 15 years ago and have longed for since. A house in the most remote part of the US mainland, hidden by trees from any angle including from the air. A home with property entirely furnished, no mortgage, entirely paid off with all the amenities I desire. I tell you what I'd get. 2 chicks at the same time. You raised it, had it right with retirement money. Just wanna fulfill Dad's final wish. Maybe after that I'd feel better about doing something for myself. I'd find an apartment and make sure rent was paid for a while so I could have a place to escape to. A house, motherfucker. But if you mean money is less of an object, probably a PS5 and some games. God, I got hella things I would get myself, but honestly probably a Yaesu FT5DR ham radio. But how much do you charge an hour to do home repair? I'm a maid outfit. That would be my thing. Bruins and Celtics tickets, not the Pats, they suck. I wouldn't pay a penny to see them. Smiley face. Mercedes, pick it up in Germany at the factory and drive it on the Autobahn to Bremerhaven. Enough money to never work again, and making it so buying me birthday gifts was pointless. Too good gaming computer, so that my brother and I can play computer video games together. A very nice car. I'm not a car person, but I need a car and money is not an issue. Lol. A better medical team. Specifically psychiatric, neurological and pain management. Sandwich, no big sandwich. One with eggs, and bacon and salad and mayonnaise. A mountain for snowboarding and mountain biking with a big house and pool in it. A house. A dependable car. Utilities and insurance paid up for the next decade. 1 month vacation of any beautiful beach on earth with a beautiful sexy MILF. The biggest piece of Trinitite with wiring inclusions I could get my hands on. I was going to say an Apple Watch, but now I'm thinking full-blown house, smiley face. A place to live. A business to work on. Some gold and silver. Guns and ammo. Single cab 9799 Dakota 2WD with a high RPM small block setup to do track. I'd pay off my debt. I'd love to not have to think about that shit anymore. You know your mom when you would ask for a dishwasher and new vacuum. A decked toolbox for my Tacoma. And pay off the car note on said Tacoma. Hooker, a $3,000–4,000 payout. A racing bike. That's enough for one day. My dream gaming setup and $10 million so I could retire and just stream. I will get a new striker fishing boat that I can use with my family. A new car or cars, fishing gear, a house, hookers, and a bit of coke. A house for me and my mom's in NC, and a train ticket to visit my BSF. A ball sack reduction. Getting old and the boys are starting to hang. Nothing, never have bought myself anything. Most likely never will. Probably a fursuit. And a way to lose weight to fit into a fursuit. A trip across the country to visit my friend, my own house, a cat. Daily massage subscription for the rest of my life on this planet. The quiet squeal fix on whichever of my wheels that's squealing. A trip, spa day, mani pedi, hair treatment and my favorite food, pensive face.